It is here, in the high Himalayan mountains of the Archula in far western Nepal, that Yarsagumba was first collected at the turn of the century. Highly valued as herbal medicine, especially in China, it is said to treat cancer and fatigue and boasts aphrodisiac qualities. In fact, the Yarsagumba is a fungus that feeds on moth larvae, then kills and mummifies them. The stalk-like fruiting body that emerges from the corpse is merely known in English as caterpillar fungus, but here, in the Himalayas, it is gold. We are on our way to the Yarsagumba collection sites of Beash area, the northernmost village of the Archula district bordering China and India. As part of the Transboundary project, Kailash Sacred Landscape Conservation and Development Initiative, our aim is to understand the current situation of Yarsagumba collection and the associated social conflicts about access to natural resources. Our group includes government officials, representatives of national NGOs, ICIMOD, the International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, and GIZ, the German International Cooperation. The Mahakali River Valley between Nepal and India is home to the Sauka people, living divided on the two sides of the border. For a long time, the Sauka have dominated the trans-Himalayan trade in the valley between India and China. Since the 1960s, the trade volume has reduced tremendously, and most households now depend on different sources of income. In the last 10 to 15 years, the exploration of Yarsagumba changed their lifestyle dramatically. Conflicts about access to alpine grasslands, where the Yarsagumba is found, have increased between the Sauka and locals from lower villages. Customary rights about the use of natural resources are still in place, but increasingly questioned by different social groups. In the last few years, the government of Nepal has established the Api Nampa Conservation Area to conserve nature and improve livelihoods in this remote and isolated region. Walking up the Mahakali Valley, we pass several villages. Few crops are cultivated here. The productivity is low, and the efforts to cultivate these steep terraces are labor-intensive and dangerous. Mechanization is nearly impossible. The household yields are sufficient only for 3 to 6 months in a year, so most families must depend on the collection of wild plants, especially Yarsagumba, if they are to survive. Or young men will go to India for several months looking for work. The higher we climb the Mahakali Valley, the steeper the mountains become, and access to basic services gets limited. We enter the Beash area, home of the Sauka. On our fourth day, we reach Kuntison, a small tea shop along the trail. From May to July, the tea shop is a common meeting point for Yarsagumba traders and collectors. This is where they clean their Yarsagumba pieces before selling. We meet a group of young Nepali men who are on their way back from collecting Yarsagumba in a grazing area where Sauka from India and Nepal have customary rights. These people reported that they were looted of Yarsagumba and got hurt.
त्यही भएर हामी हेर्न सङ्कलन गर्न गएको थियौँ अब जाँदाखेरि माथिबाट तिनी भेटिए होइन झ्याप्पै एक्कासी हामी त फराकिलो भइसकेका थियौँ अब छेउछेउमा सँगै हुल पनि थिएन टाढा टाढा थियौँ त्यही भएर अब 2-4जनालाई समात्यो कोही भाग्यो कोही कसैको किडा लुट्यो कसैले चोट खान बाध्य भयो कोही लडे त्यस्तो समस्या भएर भाग्या
त्यहाँ कस्ता मान्छे आउने रहेछन्
त्यहाँ अब हुन त त्यही सक समुदाय हो पक्कै पनि थाहा छ हामीलाई तर तिनीहरू चेहरा भने चाहिँ आदि कसैको देखिन्छ कसैको देखिन्न हुन चाहिँ सक समुदाय
The Sauka homeland is divided by the Mahakali river and the border between India and Nepal. On either side lie a few villages, each with their respective grazing areas. On the Indian side are the villages of Buddhi and Garbyang. In Nepal are Tinkar and Changru. The families of Tinkar and Changru use the alpine grasslands of Nampa and Kuntiso for animal grazing. As part of a customary practice, people of Garbyang in India use the area of Api, which is on Nepal territory. The forest area of Beash in Nepal was declared a community forest and was handed over to the local community. They are responsible for the sustainable management of their resources. On that basis, they declared the grasslands of Buddhi and Nampa open Yarsagumba collection sites, where all people, even from other villages, are free to enter and collect Yarsagumba for an entrance fee equivalent to $2.5 and $5 per person. The closed sites of Api and Kuntison are restricted sites only to be used by Nepalese and Indian Sauka. We first visit the open site of Buddhi. The campsite is in poor condition. Open defecation, uncontrolled cutting of fuel wood. Management structures are not in place.
अनि त्यो पैसा के गर्छन् त के भन्छन् त यो गर्छौं भनेर
बाटो बनाउँछौँ यो गर्छौँ फोकर्छौँ बाटो त बनाएको हुँदैन सर हामीले घर जाने बेला धेरै समस्यामा जानुपर्छ बाटो घाटो केही हुँदैन
के न समस्या
अभी वनमा जानु पाएपछि भोटियाहरू जानु दिँदैन
कसले जान्दैन भन्नुभयो
भोटिया साङ्ग्रो गाविसको भोटिया
किन जान्दैन
खै अब इन्डिया गरिवालहरू आयो भोटियाहरू आएर खोज्छन् हामीलाई जानु दिँदैन तपाईँलाई हामीले त्यहाँ बुद्धि वनमा जानु दिइहाल्छ भने त्यहाँ सबै वनमा तपाईँले जानु पर्दैन भनेको छ
A day later, we arrive at a closed Yarsagumba campsite high up the Api Valley. This is the traditional grazing land of the Sauka from Garbyang in India. It is very different from Buddhi. Here, well-established tents are spread over a large plateau. 2/3 of the Yarsagumba collectors are Sauka from India and the rest are Sauka from Nepal. Nowadays, the same families meet during the Yarsagumba season. They abide by a strict code of social conduct and hygiene, which is also meant to protect the environment. We asked one Sauka representative why the Indian Sauka are allowed to collect Yarsagumba in Nepalese areas and Nepalese from other villages are not.
अब इन्डियाको सौका समाजसँग हाम्रो मिल्ने कारण भनेको हाम्रो बुवा पापाजीदेखि हामीले अप्ठ्यारो पर्दा उहाँले घेरेकै उहाँलाई अप्ठ्यारो पर्दा हामीले घेरेकै अहिले यार्सागुम्बा पाइयो भन्दैमा हामीले चाहिँ उहाँलाई झोक्नु भएन यो सभ्यता पनि भयो हामीले चाहिँ जो बन्द गरेको एरिया छ नि उनीहरू लुकीछिपी आएर चाहिँ हेर्ने खरेका हुन्छ लुकीछिपी एक हप्तासम्म फाँसेर त्यहाँनिर सम्हालेर लुकीछिपी खोज्ने खरिरहेको जबकि हामीले उहाँहरूलाई खोज्ने ठाउँ दिएको छँदै भनिएको छ भन्दाखेरि अब त्यसमा चाहिँ तिनीहरू लुकीछिपी आएर त्यो बीचमा फेला पर्छ भने तिनीहरूको माल खोज्नु हामी के गरौँ
The area of Beash is not the only area in Darchula district where Yarsagumba is collected. In all the locations, there are conflicts about access to natural resources between locals and outsiders. But it is the only area where the additional transboundary aspect is making the situation even more difficult.
Api Nampa समाधान क्षेत्र कार्यालय र Api Nampa समाधान क्षेत्रको कुरा गर्ने भने यो विशुद्ध रूपमा ट्रान्स हिमालयन र ट्रान्स बोर्डरमा अवस्थित कन्जर्भेसन एरिया र कन्जर्भेसन एरियाको कन्सेप्ट भनेकै यसको संरक्षण व्यवस्थापन को जिम्मेवारी स्थानीय जनताको हुन्छ। त्यो गुनासोलाई सम्बोधन गर्नको लागि हामीले स्थानीय स्तरमा छलफल बैठकहरू र त्यहाँ प्राकृतिक स्रोत व्यवस्थापनको लागि स्थानीय स्तरमा प्राकृतिक स्रोत व्यवस्थापन योजना स्थानीय स्तरमै बनाउने, स्थानीय जनताद्वारा नै प्राकृतिक स्रोत व्यवस्थापन योजना बनाएर हामीले यसको समुचित प्रयासलाई अगाडि बढाउने पहल गरिरहेको अवस्था छ। जुन ठाउँमा प्राकृतिक स्रोत छ त्यो स्तरको त्यो स्थानीय ठाउँको जनतालाई अग्राधिकारको रूपमा अग्रो रूपमा चाहिँ हामीले स्थान दिनैपर्छ। यदि हामी त्यो दिएनौँ भने द्वन्द्व बढ्न सक्ने खतरा रहन्छ। र यति भनिरहँदा हामीले व्यास क्षेत्र बाहेकका जनताहरूको पनि प्राकृतिक स्रोत पाउने अधिकारलाई वञ्चित नगरिकन हामीले प्राकृतिक स्रोत व्यवस्थापन योजना मार्फत स्रोत व्यवस्थापनको काम अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ।
Can traditional user rights be maintained in a changing environment? Although the Indian Sauka are not part of that participatory process of the conservation area in Nepal, it has to be ensured that the customary rights of both Sauka groups are respected and mutual agreements are reached for the future. Our journey to this remote area was a first step in creating awareness of user rights and building trust between government representatives and community members.